Y'all see all that sparkle? Yeah, it looks nice. It does. But this is not how the bag came. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Alyssa, aka Always Alyssa J. And today we are going to be talking about the right way to take care of your handbag, because I get the feeling that a lot of people are not doing these things. And y'all know I'm never going to give any advice without having experienced a lot of these things for myself. So let's dive right in, shall we? So on the day-to-day, I feel like we're often just going through the motions. We're going to work, we're going to school, we got to drop the kids off. We got a lot going on. And so when it comes to our handbags, we're just going about our day. We're throwing every and anything in here, and that's totally understandable because we're just on go. We're just on go. And as a result, our handbags often suffer, you guys. You start experiencing a ton of wear. The bag starts losing its shape. We got crumbs on the inside of the bag, y'all. We got makeup and pen marks. Just a whole bunch of damage happening to our bags at all times. And let me tell you something, y'all. I was guilty of all of it. I want you to take a good look. This is an Alexander McQueen handbag. It was one of my first designer purchases. It retailed for about, I want to say $1,300, but I was able to get it from Nordstrom Rack for half the price. So I want to say $7.99. And y'all, look at the inside of this bag, child. I need y'all to see this. Look at, you see, hold on. Y'all see all that sparkle? Yeah, it looks nice. It does. But this is not how the bag came. This is not how the bag came at all. I couldn't even tell you what that is. All that glitter, I could not even tell you what that is. But you know what? It's because I wasn't protecting my bag, y'all. And so the first thing I'm going to say when it comes to protecting your bags, and actually before we even get into that, why would you want to protect your bags? Alyssa, this is my bag. I can do whatever I want with it. You're darn right. You can definitely do what you want with it. But for me, again, I'll speak for myself here. I like the prospect of being able to sell my bags one day and maybe not get as much as what I paid for it, but to get a little bit of a coin. But if your bag is damaged, how are you able to do that? And the reason I like to be able to sell my bags, I view a lot of my handbags as investments. A lot of bags don't hold their value, so you kind of have to be able to really determine what's going to hold its value, a la a Chanel bag, an Hermes bag, certain vintage pieces, right? But also, I might get tired of this bag and want something new. And what better way to fund my new bag than to sell an old one? But again, if it's damaged, the amount of money that you're going to be able to get back kind of starts to go low. And so one of the first pieces of advice that I'm going to have here is to make sure that your makeup is not loosely rolling around in your bag. As y'all saw before, it looked like a glitter bomb went off at the bottom of this bag. And that's likely because I had a product in there. I'm probably thinking of an eyeshadow, a loose eyeshadow that I had rolling around in here, and it burst wide open. I've also had it where I've had lotions completely bust wide open and stain the inside of my bag as well. So my recommendation is always going to be utilize the pouches that are inside the bag. You see these two pouches here? Utilize those pouches. Put your lip glosses, your lipstick, your lotions in these pouches so that if they do burst or explode, it's always going to be contained to this small space here. Or something I've gone ahead and done, get a makeup bag, guys. I know it's a hassle. It's an extra thing that you have to keep track of. But y'all, I put all of my makeup in here. And if something were to burst, you know, we're walking around these days with a lot more hand sanitizer. If something were to burst, it's going to burst in here and not inside of my bag. Thus, making sure that the inside of my bag does not get sullied. And y'all, SLGs, small luxury goods, This is pre-loved. I got this for less than $300 and I absolutely love it. Can be used for any bag. You know, granted, it's not like super tiny. Almost any bag that I have available. So guys, again, a quick, easy way, even if it's not a luxury makeup bag, they sell plastic ones in CVS, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. You can find makeup cases almost anywhere. It's an investment that does not have to cost a lot of money, but will ultimately save your bag. Another thing that will save your bag, not putting food in your bag. And listen. I know. Sometimes we need snacks. I know. Because one thing about me, I like a good snack, okay? And I'm gonna bring a snack somewhere. However, when you have loose bags of chips, candy, what have you, in your bag, over time, you're gonna start noticing little crumbs. And you must be thinking, well, I keep my stuff closed. I thought I kept all my stuff closed too, until one day after several months of using a bag, I looked at the bottom and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's these teeny tiny crumbs. You may not think they'll show up in your bag, but honey, they will. So again, my recommendation would be contain it to a specific area of the bag. A lot of bags, this one doesn't, but a lot of bags will often have a zipper area that you can close off. Tuck it in that pouch. So again, the crumbs, debris, what have you, do not end up at the bottom of your bag. Because let me tell you something, when you have a lot of crumbs accumulated at the bottom of a bag, they are very difficult to clean out. Why? Because they're such tiny particles. Okay? They are very difficult to clean out. And overall, you just don't want to look in your bag and see that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to see that. And then God forbid some little critters start entering. You just really don't want to go there. Okay? So again, either keep your snacks out of the bag, your candy out of the bag, unless it's like gum. I mean, stuff like that. We know it's fine. we know what type of candy we talking about. Again, keep it out of your bag or just contain it to a specific area of the bag. And I know these things can be hard to remember because we're just on the go trying to get from point A to point B. But for the preservation of your bag, just take a quick second to just zip some stuff up. Another thing that you're really going to want to contain in this bag is your stationery, specifically your pens. How many times do we end up with pen marks in bags? All the time. A lot of times when I'm shopping vintage, a lot of the wear or the quote unquote damage will ultimately be pen marks that are left inside of a bag, which in the grand scheme of things, like, is not a big deal. A little pen mark here, pen mark there is not going to make or break your bag, especially because it's on the inside. But again, for the sake of preservation, you really want to keep your pens, contained to a specific area of your bag, or just don't put them in your bag. I mean, I'm not going to say don't put pens in your bag. That's silly. That is so silly. I'm always a proponent of keeping a pen on you at all times. So I don't even know why I said that. To the best of your ability, just keep the pens contained, or make sure it has a cap, or even a pushable ones. Don't do the pushable ones. Those are the ones, especially as things are, you moving, shaking, whatever. Those are the ones that will push open and start just all over the inside of the bag. So again, when it comes to pens, stationery, especially markers, are we carrying markers in our purses, ladies? Gents? I don't know. Keep the pens contained. One of the last things I wanted to talk about when it comes to caring for the interior of your bag is to ever so often just clean it out. We collect receipts, small papers, tickets, whatever the case may be, and stuff starts to accumulate in the bag. Clean it out. If you have an old chapstick, I know I've had several old chapsticks just rot at the bottom of a bag. Clean it out. Take a little paper towel. Go through it. Maybe even a damp sponge. And just go through the bottom of the bag. It doesn't take a long time. I'm not saying you have to do a deep clean. But if you would just routinely, maybe once a month, just go through the bag, clean it out, dump things into the trash, it would go a long way for your bag. Because if you let things pile up and pile up and pile up, it just becomes an entirely different process. Not to mention, if I would have cleaned this bag out much sooner, I probably wouldn't have ended up with a bunch of sparkliness at the bottom of my bag. So just as something quick and easy that you can do on a monthly basis for your bag, just clean it out. Another topic that I wanted to hit on when it comes to caring for your bag is helping your bag maintain its shape. And a very easy way that you can do that, y'all, is with some stuffing. So on the inside of here, sometimes I get a lot of packages. I will often take the plastic, the brown paper, and stuff it inside the bag just to help maintain its shape. When I didn't have anything in this before, y'all, it was flattening out. When I would take it out, it would still look flat. But now whenever I take this out, it eventually does flatten a little bit, but it starts out more robust looking because I keep stuffing in the bag to help maintain its shape. Especially with different, specific types of leather, they will slouch over time. Canvas is going to slouch over time. You really want to make sure, especially when it comes to bags like this, that you have something on the inside. Again, it can be plastic, brown paper. They sell inserts on Amazon, right? Whatever it is, just to make sure that the shape of your bag is maintained, because when it flattens out, A, it just doesn't look good, but B, then you start ending up with creasing in your bag. So stuffing your bag is a very easy way to make sure that you not only maintain its shape, but that it's still good looking. That it still looks like a little bit of something, y'all. And the last thing that I will say here is make sure that you're storing your bags properly. I choose to have a display like this because I'm able to give my bags the space that they need. If I want to stuff them, a lot of these are stuffed again to help maintain their shape. They're not going to flatten out. They're not going to be crushed looking. A lot of times I'll be shopping virtually for some handbags, pre-loved bags, and I'm like, oh, that bag is really pretty, but you can tell that it was at the bottom of someone's closet and was crushed. And I actually bought a bag like that. I bought a Celine micro luggage bag. But when I got it, even when I tried stuffing it, because y'all, sometimes it can be a little too late too. Even when I tried stuffing it, it would refuse to maintain its shape and would continue to flatten out and look super flat. And I ultimately sold that bag, which was really disheartening because I really liked that bag and the color that I purchased. So making sure that you're storing your bags properly, that they're not all on top of each other and squished up, but also making sure they're stored in a good temperature. You don't want to put your bags in a damp environment because they're going to go through some transformations, some discoloration could happen, especially if you leave them out in the sun, discoloration. So making sure that they're in a secure environment, that they're not in direct access to the sun, that they're not in a super wet and damp environment, right? In my opinion, they're best stored in a temperature regulated room. I know some people put some of their bags in cases as well. Y'all know what to do. When you treat your bags with decency, I promise you, y'all, they will maintain. Again, I know it's a little difficult because we're always on the go and there are so many more important things in this world than how you treat your bags. But look at this one. The owner treated this bag with lots of love. Now, granted, it's different. This is different. It's a very expensive bag. But this bag is from 1999, y'all. You can have your bags for over 20 years. If you love on them, treat them with respect, clean them out, all that good stuff. And then from there, you can sell them, pass them down to your kids, or just continue to wear them, y'all. Whatever you like. But those are just some few easy ways that you can keep your bags looking clean, crisp, and long lasting. But that's the end of my video, y'all. If you liked what you heard today, if you like talking about handbags, luxury, fashion, and all that good stuff, click that subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!